And there it is. We're live. What's good, Ty? How we all doing today? It's Monday. You know, the weekend. The weekend. The draft happened. Here we are.
Here we
the
are.
Monday after.
The aftermath. Aftermath Monday. Is that what you?
Yeah, that's a the truth. Like,
yeah.
I keep seeing all these articles talk about reaches and all this stuff. I'm like everyone has their own board. You know, the Niners have their own board. All these other teams have their own board. Like there are some teams that did, do some reaching, and sometimes you reach to get the player you want. Just ask the Rams when they took Ty Simpson. That was like they took him because they didn't know if he was going to be there. I don't remember if they had a second round pick. I don't think they did. But, they didn't know if he was going to be there the next time he picked, so they took him, right? Yeah. That's what a lot of teams do.
And he didn't have a backup quarterback.
So that's exactly it. Jimmy Garoppolo's talking about retirement. It's like, you might as well.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You need one, and he might even be their quarterback of the future. You never know.
That's true. That's true. You never know. I looked at this. I do scouting my own. I'm not a professional. I don't claim to be. But I looked at this QB draft class. It's like boom or bust. A lot of these guys, and typically guys that are like either boom or bust, they literally go both ways, And, you had Franklin, you had old Mendoza there, get picked by the Raiders.
Yep.
And he does have the most potential of all the QBs in this draft. But there just wasn't that QB that said, hey, I'm going to help your franchise right off the bat. There just wasn't that guy this year.
Yeah.
And then, like a lot of the scouts and there was a general consensus going on that this wasn't a very deep draft, And when you say that, though, you're talking about players that you're going to put on the field and help now.
Yeah.
Right? That's what you're talking about. You're not saying there's not a lot of guys that can be something. There's just not a lot of guys that will be something right off the bat.
Mm-hmm.
So, distinction. And then, when the Niners traded back, it kind of broke my heart because there's Lomu just sitting there looking at me in the face. I'm like, oh. And they trade back. I was like, uh-oh. Like the Bills might just swoop in here, And they got sniped by the Patriots. I was like,
yep.
Wow. We got sniped a couple times. I think the Texans. But maybe. D'Amico purposely traded up in front of us. I mean, maybe he had some thoughts. Hey, the Niners, I know the Niners are going to like this guy. I'm going to make sure I get him. But
hey, Jess.
It could have happened. Yeah, there's Jess. What is going on? I've been live so much, in the last week. I'm not surprised that we have like 5 people watching. But people are probably sick of me, But, like our first pick, Stribling, right? I saw some, I think we met and talked with him. I don't think we had a top 30 visit with him. I could be wrong.
I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. Didn't you have a list of top 30 visits?
I did, and I don't remember seeing Stribling on that list.
Okay.
You know,
probably wasn't.
Austin Cooper. There's a couple guys, Caleb Young. But I was just like Concepcion, he was on that list.
Mm-hmm.
But I was just like looking at it like, you know. But ultimately, the guy can block.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So he's going to see playing time because he can block. No block, no rock. You know, it doesn't matter if you have all the physical traits and you catch everything that comes your way. If you can't block, you're not hitting the field with us. You know?
Yeah. We know that's one of Kyle Shanahan's requirements, like core requirements of his receivers, blocking. So, yeah.
I mean, honestly, the guy's pushing 6'3". He's really close. He runs a 4.36 40.
Yep.
So, you know, getting some speed out of the deal. And he can block. So that's some good potential there. You know, he could be really good with us. You never know. You know, and with everything we did with the wide receiver core this offseason, I still said they still might go wide receiver, but I was joking. I didn't think they'd actually do it.
I didn't think they'd do it at all with everything they did. I understand why they did it. You got to get a guy for the future, right?
Yes.
Because Mike Evans is no spring chicken. And if you look
Christian
at it,
Kirk and DeMarcus Robinson are free agents this next offseason.
Right, exactly. But in terms of the position, like he's the only true like X receiver. Mike Evans was the only true X receiver on the roster.
Yep.
So you need another one, and you need one for the future. So that's why they went after Stribling. I totally understand it. Even though our wide receiver room is deep, we got numbers there. Like the 49ers don't need to build for now. Like we can build for the future in the draft. So heck yeah, Bebop.
That's right, Bebop. But and then, you know, the Romello Height, we did have a top 30 visit with him. That is the only pick I got right in this draft. Like last year, I had 4. This year, that was the only pick I got right in this draft.
Don't worry. A lot of people's mock drafts were entirely wrong.
You can't win them all, buddy. Right?
Mm-hmm.
You can. There were drafts I just picked trenches like all the way around because it's like that's how you win football games, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And that was literally my view of how you know our position player groups and everything. I looked at all that and I'm like, I don't think we need a lot there. We need trench help on both sides of the ball, right? Then we traded for Osa. You know, we did end up getting that third round pick back, you know, swapping back from the first round. And I think we got that back when we swapped back from 27th to 30th. Then we traded one of our 4th round picks to also get the 90, you know. But then we traded back one more time and, you know, gained another pick. I'm sitting there like, not a bad strategy. Right, because we only had 6 picks to start with.
Yeah,
but you know but then like, you know, we took Stribling and we took Romello Height. All right, the next pick, didn't we take what was it, Grayson Halton?
No, I thought it was the running back. Black.
Oh,
yeah.
Now, Ty, at this point in time, I decided to mute myself on YouTube. I probably crashed out for a good 30 seconds after that. I'm not going to lie. And it's just about, like, how many times have you tried this? You know?
Twice. They only tried it twice. Just to answer the question, folks. It's only been twice prior to this draft.
That's right. Trey Sermon and Terrell Davis Price, right?
That's it. It's only been twice. Contrary to the fodder that's out there, it's only been twice.
I mean, you can throw like Joe Williams was a 4th-round pick, and that was a long time ago.
Nope.
Right.
We are not moving the goalpost.
No.
Nope. We're not doing that. Because every year it's the same stupid joke of they're going to take a running back in the 3rd round. Now the truth comes out. They've only done it twice prior to this one. It's like, ooh, that number is real low. We sound dumb. Let's include the 4th round. Oh, the 4th round, 3rd and 4th round, all of a sudden. Nope. We're not moving the goalpost. Stick with your dumb joke.
But and I mean, when they took him, what does that mean for the guys on the roster, though? Right? We did re-sign Patrick Taylor.
Yep.
We have Jordan James, who we took last year. He was what, a 5th rounder, right? And he actually looked pretty good in some garbage time when he came in. He was tearing it up. So, and then we have the magician, Isaac Guerrero.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason I called him a magician is he just has the best disappearing act last year. You know, I was trying to figure out where the guy went. He was a good special teamer.
He was a good special teamer.
That's what I was looking at. Like, dude, the guy can play special teams. Why isn't he active? Like,
they replaced him with Jordan James.
And that's exactly it. Like, so pretty much, you know, one of these young men, it could be Patrick Taylor they cut, right?
Could be Patrick Taylor. Could be Guerrero. You know, Guerrero does have special teams value, so it'll be interesting. But I think they're really high on Black. Interesting
position group battle now, you know.
And see what direction they're going, yeah.
And, you know, I watched some tape on Black, and not necessarily a lot of receiving out of the backfield, but
they didn't use him as
he is explosive. He is explosive.
Yeah.
Another, like, you know, one cut downhill runner running through contact.
Good downhill. Yeah.
You're right.
Let the first guy miss. That bodes well for him. You know, Kyle likes that. So he fits what we do on offense. I tell you that much. So it's going to be interesting, you know, the camp battle in that running back group to see who comes out of it.
Yeah, when I was live for the draft, I was actually kind of joking. I'm like, I bet this is going to be a running back. I was just joking. You know, I didn't know. I didn't know anything. I got another one for you too here in a second, though.
Okay.
And then it comes out, and I was like, oh wow, it is a running back. You know, I did kind of crash out for a second just because I felt like it's not a position that and wide receiver. You know, I had a strong belief that we didn't need to draft anybody in those rooms.
Yeah.
You know, I did. I had a strong belief there.
Yeah. I'm with you there. I thought those were two of the deepest rooms, that and linebacker, on the team. So
yes,
I didn't see those like positions coming. I understand why they did it, but going into the draft, I didn't see it happening.
And you know, then we move on. That's when Grayson Halton was picked, right?
I think after Black, right? He was the 4th pick.
These guys are talking undrafted free agents. I need to look at that too. But yeah, he was the 4th pick in the draft. Yeah, Grayson Halton. I said it right. Ha.
Yes, you did.
Sorry, I'm just, you know how bad I am with names. And you know, it was just as soon as they took him, I was like, huh. Like I don't know a lot about this guy. So I was doing some research, and I mean, he's kind of a like body type like DJ Jones, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily tall, kind of short, around DJ Jones's weight. I don't know where all these people thought DJ Jones was like 330. The guy was a little bit over 290. Okay.
Yeah.
But it honestly, from what I saw on tape, he plays pretty strong. Like he's got some good moves when it comes to pass rushing. And you know what? We have him on a rookie contract for 4 years. So, and honestly, it's not a bad deal having a young man around for that amount of time.
Yeah, especially
right?
to be part of the defensive line rotation. You know,
Yep.
we like to get those young bodies in there, those fresh guys in there, just to hound the quarterback. And he seems to have that one gap penetrating technique that's good for the pass rush. And you know, Raheem Morris likes to bring pressure from the inside. He likes to get right in the quarterback's face. So having a guy like this, you know, combined with Osa and other guys, it helps. So you got to look at it from that standpoint. So it's a good pickup.
Ooh. Look, Steve-O's pointing out he did have some receptions out of the backfield. 42 receptions, 473 yards throughout his college career.
Yeah. Which isn't a lot, but they didn't use him in that way. They
didn't. Not
what they did.
It proves that he can do it if we want him to.
But he can do it. And one thing I saw is at the Senior Bowl, they did work him out, catching passes out of the backfield. They ran drills with him, just catching passes. So they got a chance to look at that up close and in person. Hey, like, you know, none of us were there but them. They saw it. So they got firsthand to see what it's like. And they must have liked it.
Yeah. You know. And I mean, you know, on to the next guy though, Grayson Halton. Like I said, he looks pretty strong. Very much reminds me of DJ Jones type.
Yeah.
You know. And if he turns into that guy, 5 sacks a year, you know, helps to stop the run. All right. You know, we already have Alfred Collins and CJ West from last year. You know, we have Osa.
Yeah, that's a great 4-man defensive tackle rotation right there.
It is. And, you know, there's always potential for a 5th guy, which we did sign a couple guys, but I think they're long shots to making the roster.
Yeah, we got more DTs on the roster, but we always keep a bunch. So
yeah,
they'll be out there. But as a front 4, as a starting 4, not starting 4, but a top 4 rotation to have in the game, that I think that's a pretty strong 4 right there.
It is. And then, you know, the next pick wasn't that when we got Carver Willis?
Yes, the offensive lineman.
Now, it's an interesting, you know, first name. I don't know any young men named Carver.
I know.
But,
yeah. It's like a distinguished name, Carver Willis.
Yeah, Carver Willis.
And,
you know, he's an offensive tackle. And it's like his weight, I mean, I think he was 291 is what I found. I looked a couple different places. But honestly, offensive tackle in the NFL, you're not going up against some 300-pound monsters in the middle. You're going up against quicker guys on the outside.
Yeah. So you need to be a little light on your feet.
And obviously, we don't plan on playing him day one, having Trent Williams and Colton McKivitz.
Yeah.
So he's got time to hit the weight room, gain some weight. From what I saw from him, like the biggest thing with him is like hand placement. You know, his footwork actually looked okay, which a lot of times rookies have issues with their footwork, right?
Yeah.
But hand placement and kind of timing. You know, these are all things that can be fixed.
Yeah.
You know, just by practicing with us, right? So I don't necessarily, you know, at this point in time in the draft, though, you're picking for potential. Because, you know, like all those draft places said, this draft, you know, it's not very deep, but they're referring to starters.
Yeah.
Right? Right off the bat, starters when they say
Day one
something.
starters. Yeah.
Yeah. And so, you know, he has potential to be a, you know, tackle or guard. He could play either one for us. We'll just have to see how that works out, you know. But the next pick is intriguing as hell to me. The linebacker. Wasn't that the next pick?
No, the next pick was Efficient, the cornerback. Efficient
Prisock.
Yeah.
Prisock.
Yep, cornerback out of Washington.
I'm glad you said his name because I
don't even know how to say it. I'm winging it. All I know is cornerback out of Washington. Like, you noticed I was real confident saying cornerback out of Washington. Butchered his name. Sorry.
We always send scouts to Washington and Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a every year thing we do that.
It's close. It's right there. Easy trip.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure, they hop on a plane for an hour and they're right there. So
you know, he's a long guy, 6'4".
Mm-hmm.
You know, I believe he ran like a 4.45 40, which that's quick enough in the NFL.
Yeah.
Developmental player. He's not gonna come in and just be covering guys right off the bat. He's not gonna just throw blankets on dudes.
Yeah.
But he should be a special teams contributor, tackling.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. But does that bring us to Jaden Duggar?
Yep. Now's your linebacker. Yep.
Now, the reason why this guy is a safety turned linebacker sound familiar?
Exactly. Yep.
He is 6'4" with 35-inch arms.
I know.
Insane. Now, I always make fun of the people that say, "Oh, his arms are too short." You're talking about what, an inch?
I know.
Like, come on, right? You're talking like the guy has 16-inch arms. Like give me a break here.
Like he's a T-Rex, right?
But I mean, this guy, he's fast, he's tall, he has potential. He's very raw though.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a guy that needs to hang out with us for a year, a little bit, maybe a little bit more, learn the system, play with some NFL speed and strength, and learn from our linebackers coaches, which we do have good linebackers coaches.
We got good linebackers coaches, and we have two very good linebackers to learn from.
Yes.
And Fred Warner and Dre Greenlaw, like two vets, you can sit and actually learn from them. So that's a huge plus for him.
Oh, Kenny. Efresian Prisock.
There you go. Thank you for that, Kenny.
Funny. But, you are pointing it out. You can play safety.
Mm-hmm. Versatile. So you never know. Might just give him a shot out there.
Steve-O was saying that he also played some edge and some linebacker. Rover.
Okay.
So, but, I mean, those are all interesting picks, right? Yeah. Like, and then the O-lineman.
Yep.
Now, this guy, I'm kind of a fan on that pick. They're talking about Prisock right there. But 5 things to know about Jalen Duggar. 6'5", 240, 4.61. They keep talking about the 35-inch arms.
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't make him a pterodactyl compared to a T-Rex,
Mm-hmm.
It just doesn't. But Enrique Cruz Jr.
Yes.
Now, he's from Kansas, right? That was where he played his last year. He apparently lost his tackle job to someone at the previous school and transferred to Kansas. But I don't think he's going to be a tackle with us. I think he's going to be a guard. Okay. He's like size-wise, I don't know if you've ever seen a picture of the dude. He looks big.
Excuse me. I haven't seen him yet.
But he does, though. He looks big. I've watched. I decided to watch some tape on him, just like let's see what this guy's got. And it's almost like I saw a mix of everything. Like the athleticism is there. I see. He did a. I don't watch film until after we draft. That's actually a thing, CG. That's a thing. but he's got a good footwork. Needs to work on like level of pads, hand placement, just typical things the young offensive linemen have to work on. The footwork thing is what kicks him in the tail, though. I think he's got good footwork. Okay. I think by 2027 he could be a potential starting guard for us.
Interesting. Okay.
And oh wow. So mad Michael Heidman was not selected. I don't even know who that is. There were so many prospects. There was so many prospects. At the end of the draft, Ty. Now my tight end, this is the University of Utah. And honestly, I looked at that like he's a good fit for us, undrafted free agent.
Mm-hmm.
And he was drafted.
Oh.
Like right at the end of the draft. I'm going, oh. I was very disappointed that he got drafted. Yeah. It was just one of those things.
There you go. Teams are going to swipe.
Yes. Uh-oh. Are the concerns overblown? This is actually funny. But I'm going to look up our UDFA list to see if it's grown. It always seems to. Ooh. I say that, but I don't. Most of these guys, it's like, who even is that? Now, the biggest UDFA signing, punter Jack Bomeister. I'm just kidding.
Right.
I'm just kidding. I guess you have to have some competition in the room, right?
The guy we signed from Pittsburgh, he's new. Don't really know him, so why not bring in some competition? This
is true. Now, a guy I don't know anything about is James Thompson, 6'6", 308. I did a little bit of research, run stuffer. This is a defensive lineman. Another defensive lineman, I named him earlier, Bryson Eason, right? Another run stuffer, but 6'2", 323. So kind of a short, stocky guy, right? For defensive linemen. Wide receiver, I don't know nothing about. Will Pauling, Notre Dame, 5'9", 183.
Yeah, so
we're so stacked at the wide receiver room. I don't know if these guys have much of a shot, but they still get some guaranteed money from signing the UDFA signing, though. So honestly, it's a good way to start out life when you leave college, right?
Exactly. Make some coin.
Yeah. We got Wesley Grimes, wide receiver from NC State, 6'2", 194. Now, both these guys, their numbers were kind of like wide receiver 3, maybe 4 type of numbers. So I can't say I expect them to crack the 53.
No.
The guys I'm kind of excited about, Mikhail Kamara, edge from Indiana, 6'2", 260.
Yeah, so there was people online raving about him. He's the new hot thing.
And we do keep typically 10 defensive linemen, so you never know.
Yeah.
Right?
You're part of that defensive end rotation. I believe it's a defensive end, right?
Yes, he is an edge.
Yeah.
So that one I'm kind of excited about. Another one I'm kind of excited about is Khalil Dinkins, the tight end from Penn State. 6'4", 251. Blocking monster. Right? they didn't ask him to do a lot route tree wise, throwing to him. But he can block.
Okay.
So, and like we signed Luke Farrell because he can block. But if this guy outblocks Luke Farrell, then we might just have us a guy for the next 4 years there. Right?
Exactly.
But yeah, I watched it. He doesn't only just block; he finishes the block. Jawan Jennings style, taking the guy out of bounds, and yeah, he's that type.
That's what we like. That's what we need.
That is what we need. Another safety, Jalen Strawman from Notre Dame, 6'2", 203, rangy, can cover, tackle. I just don't. I honestly wonder why he went undrafted. It's just one of those things. This guy could possibly make the team.
You never know.
I look at Kamara, Dinkins, and Stroman. I think those three out of that group have the best chances of making the team, in my opinion.
Okay.
And I mean, I just like rookie minicamp invites. Darren Deuce Chestnut. I don't know why Deuce is in there. Maybe it's a nickname. He's the defensive back is what they have him listed as. DB Colby Humphrey from Washington State. Kicker Ethan Sanchez from Houston. Those are the guys that got the invites. You never know. They could sign UDFA somewhere else and say, yeah, we're good.
Yeah, exactly. It can happen.
But that essentially is our rookie class. Did I miss anybody?
I don't think so.
I don't think I missed
named about everybody.
But yeah, the last like half of that draft, if not a little more, was like mostly potential. Like what this guy can turn into. Let's see what we can do with him. And this draft was kind of top heavy when it comes to guys that can come in and help you right off the bat. The next draft is actually something I'm looking forward to, Ty. And the main reason why is, the NIL money, right?
Yeah.
That is keeping players in college. So next year, a lot of guys have ran out their
eligibility,
college eligibility,
yeah.
And they're going to have to come out.
Mm-hmm.
So next year's draft is going to have a lot more guys into those late rounds that could potentially help your team right off the bat. But, I mean, we're just going to have to see what our coaching staff can do with these guys, right?
Yeah, like always.
Most of these guys I don't expect to play. I expect Grayson Halton and Romello Height, and even the wide receiver we picked at 33, I expect those three to play this year.
Yeah, you should get on the field some. Yeah, exactly. Even on rundowns, just get out there, do some blocking. Might even get out there on some play action stuff. Go deep. So yeah.
Yeah, Kenny's with me here.
Let me see.
Stroman is very good. Kamara too. CG. the tight end, Deacon Duncan. That's like dad joke, CG. It's pretty good. But yeah, you got anything else to add, Ty? I mean, nothing happened with that one wide receiver guy. What's his name?
Whatever he is, we don't care. We've moved on.
What's his name? Nothing happened with him yet.
Yeah. So we moved on, just not on paper yet. It's not official. That's all it is. Just waiting to do some paperwork on it. But everybody's kind of dissing the draft class. I'm not. I like it. I understand what they did. I understand why they did it. It's what's best for the 49ers, not what's best for some guy sitting at his coffee table, writing an article about ranking players. So, luckily we're a team that We don't need guys to come in and be stars right away. We can develop them. Yeah. And I think this is a good class to develop some guys. So I'm very happy with the draft class.
It's just and we're just gonna have to see what happens. This next year is when we're gonna see guys like a lot of people like Hufunga. Like, you remember that his rookie season, he was on special teams, didn't get to play much.
Didn't play much. Right? He came in a little bit on like in big nickel situations, but he had Ward and Tart in front of him. So he sat behind them and just learned, got on the field a little bit here and there, and then took over the next season. That's what it was. Remember Aaron Banks? We drafted him, and he didn't play at all. We just had him on the practice squad, completely redshirted him, and then he took over at left guard the following season.
Yep.
Like we do this with players. They don't need to start right away. We'll keep you on, have you in the background, develop you, practice you up, and then the next year we hit the ground running with you. I think this draft was an indicator of that.
And our 2024 class still ain't looking terrible. We got some players out of that. D. Winters was traded.
I know. I was gutted by that.
And he didn't play bad last year. A little inconsistent here and there, yeah. But he wasn't playing bad. And then we up and trade him for a fifth. I was like,
to Dallas of all people. I never want to give them anything.
I was honestly looking at that like, why did you guys trade him to Dallas?
I know.
Like,
there's other teams out there that could use a good linebacker. I thought he played well last season. I thought he did a good job. It's only his first full season starting, for that. I thought he played very well. Mm-hmm. I didn't like the trade just because we saw what happened last season. And it happens every season. So depth is important.
Yes.
And the more quality depth you can have, the better. And you have a guy who, manned the position realistically for a season and a half and got better and better at it. Like, if something were to happen I'm just assuming, like Dre Greenlaw would be the starter. But if something were to happen to him, you can easily turn to D. Winters and just plug him right in. Yep. And you won't miss a beat. So for that reason, I didn't like trading him away. I was like, oh, darn it.
It was like, I honestly expected us to trade Mac Jones for something. Like, I expected that to happen. Kyle said, no, we're not trading him. And
he's too valuable. Yeah, he's too valuable. Backup quarterback is the most important backup in the league. Especially, say what you want, our quarterback tends to go down a little bit. So you need that good, reliable backup out there. And Mac Jones acquitted himself well. And I don't think you just give that away.
The next guy up would be Curtis Rourke, and he, spent most of the last year on the PUP list. They opened his practice window so they could take a look at him and get his feet wet before the season ended, but they never activated him, right?
No.
But that guy hasn't had a full year in the system yet.
No. Didn't even play in preseason because he was injured. Like, he has no NFL rep to even look at.
That's exactly.
Well, you can say, oh man, he looked really good in that preseason game. He doesn't even have that.
No.
So you really don't want to just, rely on him to be your backup. So I think Mac Jones was just too valuable to us to just even think about trading him away unless somebody came forward and was like, hey man, we got a first and the third, like something absurd where you're like, well, shit, I'll take that, But I don't think anybody was doing that. No one was doing that.
I don't think anyone was doing that either.
No.
No. But it's like we're gonna see some of Curtis Rourke this upcoming, training camp and preseason. Yeah. We're gonna see him.
I'm excited. I'm excited to see him. Yeah, he's a big, strong looking QB. Perfect for what Kyle likes. Stand in the pocket, get the ball out quick kind of guy. Can make all the throws. So, did it in college. Let's see if it translates to the NFL. Let's see if he can pick up our offense, our timing, and what he can do there. Because I think they're tapping him to be the backup QB of the future. So that starts now. That development starts now. Let's see if he can, adhere to the role.
So, we were talking about dad jokes earlier. Kenny, this is just horrible.
Kenny's messing up a good time. We were having a lovely Monday night, just chatting away, two pals, chatting away on a beautiful Monday night. And here comes Kenny,
It's like it's like you want to set the empire on fire, like I mean, he's not terrible, but he's just not good. I mean, I don't. But that's another thing too. I was waiting for us because, I mean, there were so many centers in this draft. Which, I mean, that that one of the first guys taken, Logan Jones. I didn't necessarily think he was good enough to be taken where he was, but they did.
They valued him there.
They valued the guy.
They valued him. They saw, hey, this dude can help us. We need to get him. Get him now.
I mean, there were like 5 centers in this draft I was looking at, like they're going to be solid NFL starters at least. Could maybe better, right? But we didn't get any, maybe even 6 because of Guggen from Indiana. That would be the 6th guy. But it's just, it is what it is, right? It is. Yeah. We got Drake Brindle. We got Jake Brindle. We got Drake Nugent. We got the Noog.
The Noog.
So he's been on the practice squad for 2 years in a row, right?
Yeah. But didn't Kyle say one of the guys we signed in free agency played some center too? I can't remember which guy he said.
Was it Tooth, the guy from the Eagles?
Maybe. He's one of those guys played some center. So you never know. I'm sure we always see this every training camp, right? Different guys taking snaps at center at different times. I'm sure that guy will be out there and they'll get a good look at him. And we'll hear about it too. Because everyone's looking for the Brindle replacement. The replacement plan.
Yes. I've been looking for the replacement for Brindle for like years now.
Yeah, a couple of years now, yeah.
I believe, I don't know, when does his contract expire now? We're talking about that. Is it this year?
I don't want to say it's this year.
I think yes, it runs through the 2026 season.
Well, there you go. He's up this year.
So now we're going to be
looking for our center of the future. Might be one of these young guys we picked up.
Maybe that's why we drafted old Carver Willis.
Yeah.
Like, he's one of those more versatile linemen. Maybe. Yeah. Right?
I'm telling you, watch training camp. Don't be shocked. We see him out there taking snaps at center. And they're like, aha. Interesting. And they may redshirt him for a year. Just have him in the background, taking snaps, getting his weight up, learning the offense. Next you know, we see him out there in 2027 as a starter.
I am sending Kenny a T-shirt with the poo emoji on it. He's just a fan of what the Browns did in the draft.
Good for the Browns. They needed a lot of help.
Well, it still doesn't mean they'll win their division this next year.
Oh, no.
I mean,
they still need, even after the draft, they still need help. They still need to put it together.
Yes.
Learn how to win. Learn how to play offense, right? So
that's true. That's what their fans have been saying for years, but it just hasn't happened.
They've been praying for years too. Dear Lord, bless our team. Help them win this year.
Well, the rest of the offseason should be interesting. We'll see how some situations, end up transitioning to mini camp, right?
Yeah.
Voluntary mini camp. Then we got training camp.
Yep.
And we'll just have to see what happens during training. I'm actually excited for training camp this year.
I'm always excited for training camp. I love training camp. I love the young guys. I love looking at all these new prospects and just not just the the draftees, but the free agents that we sign, what role they may play, if any. I love just seeing the pieces come together, right? Even if they're backups, even if they're practice squad players, I love to see these pieces come together. So I'm very excited for it. And we already discussed center, but think of the left guard battle. Who's going to win that? What's going to happen there? Like there's intrigue. The backup running back position, there's intrigue. So I love this stuff. So I'm going to be looking very forward to it.
Oh yeah, Jake Tonges is going to be getting a lot of reps while Kittle Hill's out.
Yeah,
so that'll help him. It'll help us make him even better.
Exactly.
I mean, he's good. It'll make him even better.
Exactly.
So it's going to be like double tight end sets.
Yeah.
We'll see. I'd love to see Shanahan run more of those in pass play mode, though, not run play mode.
Now, I'm pretty sure he's realizing, hey, I got two good pass catching tight ends out there. Good route runners, good hands.
Yep.
I can use two tight end sets, play action off that, get these guys wide open. I mean, it's there. It just needs running. Just needs Kittle to come back, get his legs up under him, and start running it.
Yep. And a lot of folks are eyeing, like Kittle threw some cold water on training camp. It's like, look, he's still going to be doing rehab during training camp, folks. Yeah. He's not going to necessarily. He might get his feet wet here and there just from doing rehab. But that's probably about all you're going to see in training camp out of him.
Yeah. Okay. You'll probably see some straight line jogging from him.
Yep.
But you won't see any hard route running, cutting, all that good stuff. He still has a ways to go. Let's not rush this process. We've seen players rush their process before, wind up re-injuring themselves, setting themselves back, which sets the team back. We don't want that. We want him to take care of himself and come back, on time when he's ready.
Oh, now, Tommy, that's why we didn't do that, because Jakey Tongas. That's
Jake Tongas is good, and Kittle has taken him under his wing, like as a protege, to teach him up and learn the tight end position and all that good stuff. Like, so if the best tight end in the league is believing in this guy and taking him under his wing to, hey man, come, let me show you the ropes, that means something. So like, we should be believing in that too, because he didn't have to, and we've seen a lot of tight ends there that he didn't do that with.
All right, Ty. Well, let's get on out of here, buddy.
All right.
Don't forget to tune in next time. Of course, Wednesday we'll be live. I'm sure this guy right here will be on East Coast Red and Gold.
East Coast Red and Gold, Wednesday, 8 p.m. Tune in. I don't think we have a guest this week. We'll probably be doing draft recap and talking about a bunch of other crap. So just tune in. Have some fun with us.
And, there's always Corey Davis 49er Wednesday. Well, we'll be recapping all kinds of teams' drafts and talking about UDFAs and all sorts of stuff to talk about right now.
Oh yeah.
So, Bryant, damn, I'm all set up to end the stream, and here comes Bryant.
I know. Shout out to Brian Pope in the
What
house.
up, buddy?
Glad you made it, even for a second.
Oh, now that you never know, we might be talking about that Wednesday.
Yeah.
All right, folks. Everyone have a great week. As Corey Davis says, go 49ers and F all 31 other teams.
Darn
And it's
tootin'.